so I can see. There we go. Okay, I think I'm set up. Chat, do we look good? I hope we look good. I mean, I know we look good, but you know.
We know. Oh yeah. It is still doing it. I'm gonna troubleshoot that after this stream here. Oh.
Hey, it wouldn't be a fun day without having troubleshoot something, you know?
I know, right? I was like,
Right?
I literally got back from like having a lunch with my grandparents, and I kind of just did some cleaning, got some dishes done, and then I was like, I should probably double check, make sure everything works. It's working great. And then literally the moment I got on Discord, all of a sudden I switched my audio settings. It just kept going, and I was like, huh, okay, I'm just gonna reset and that'll clear it, and clearly not. But it makes for more memorable streams. What can I say?
Absolutely. An
Heck, I'll
unforgettable
pull up a
showing.
stream right now on PC.
I like how you guys have your closed caption on your screens.
Absolutely. We want anybody and everybody to feel welcome. And I don't know,
Yeah.
some people are watching at school. You shouldn't be watching streams in school, but if you are, pick the great one.
Right. My advice to people, if like they're, either watching a stream or playing a game during their Zoom class, I said, if you get called out, if your teacher asks you a question and you weren't paying attention, just start telling your most sweatiest game story that you have. It'll confuse your teacher, but your peers will probably applaud you.
It's true. It's not always about getting on the teacher's good side, but getting that full audience.
So there we
Right?
were at Anarchy Acres, top 10 situation, only 3 mats worth of material to build with. You'll never guess who glided in. As you pop up a face of ninja. Oh, beautifully timed.
Sometimes they say you're allowed to bring out your phones. That's pretty cool. Yeah, imagine Yak Man, you're in your history class and they're asking about some battle that happened at some point. That's the perfect
battle at
time.
Anarchy Acres.
Yeah, right. That's the perfect time to talk about that.
We were doing duos in squad, no fill. The pressure was on. All we had were gray tacks and a mini shield and our hopes and dreams.
That'd be so sick.
Oh, man.
The teacher would be like, what?
All of a sudden, your teacher's on the news. She's the next one leading the charge to have Fortnite banned for all.
Right.
And then I died.
Gosh.
Yeah, right?
And
then I got
playing it themselves later,
And then I got eliminated by some dude named Too Cool for School History Teach of the Year. And the teacher's like, oh, that was me.
Psych.
Little did I know the teacher had an iPad 7 under the desk.
Right. Like, have you guys seen that meme?
On Xbox.
No, what meme?
The one where it's like me playing COD during class, and then it shows the pictures, like it's 2 people passing each other in a vehicle, and then it says my teacher being on the opposing team in my match.
That's awesome.
Oh my goodness. That's the way to do it, like.
Right? So, boss, give us a little bit of your history. I know you've got like some education and marketing background. Like, what did you start doing? What were you looking to do in life, and how did you end up coming into streaming and wanting to be, part of the whole streaming grind? Because a lot of
I'm
people
just gonna be jumping in and out. What can I say?
Think about it, but where you been and what made you end up here?
Okay, so I think one of the biggest things is like my background's in marketing. I've been in marketing for 12 years, marketing and business development. The big difference is that marketing is focused on selling something, and business development is improving your business so that it creates more business, so more sales. At the end of the day, you're still creating the sales, but it's two different perspectives to it. One is focused on pushing either your product or your service, where the other one is focused on developing the business, and through that development, your story will sell your service or your product. So bring that over into streaming. It made a lot of sense, and I was just looking to do something. I was trying to get out. I was trying to get away from shoving product or services in people's faces. You know, because I'm fortunately or unfortunately, I'm really good at making money, but every dollar I make is pushing a product on somebody. You know, as a salesperson, one of the best things you can do is get that customer who's saying they don't want to buy something to say yes and buying more. So I would like to sell ideas instead. So it was Fortnite really that did it for me. I started playing Fortnite because my daughter wanted to play it. And I knew nothing about video games at the time. My kids had just gotten a
What?
Switch. Yeah. I
I
don't
feel
know
like you're
video
all about
games.
that video games life. You fooled me, bro. You fooled me.
It's hard to imagine
Yeah.
you not video gaming.
Yeah. It just, the reality is it never, I'm a super boring person when it comes to like entertainment. Like I don't watch TV, listen to music. I don't play video games. I literally dedicated my life to just working. Like that's all I've ever done is just working. And people ask me like, "What do you do for fun?" Well, I read, and it honestly throws some people off because, like I know a lot about pop culture and pop culture references, but the irony is that I know it because of I read about it or I saw a video about it. And to give you guys an idea, every day I read about 10 to 20 articles, and I watch anywhere from also about 10 to 20 YouTube videos. And each one of them talks about something educational, whether it's the gaming industry, business, video games, the video game industry. So everything that I know is in regards to video games and streaming is literally just from me watching videos, YouTube videos, or reading articles about what's happening. Like when the whole Mixer thing happened,
Yeah.
like I went and I learned like what the deal was. So I know, why they shut down Mixer in regards to it wasn't a spur of the moment thing, it wasn't an all of a sudden thing. And at the end of the day, it was a marketing decision. And Mixer was a marketing tool, and I completely understand that, because at one point, doing business development, doing marketing, doing ads, selling ad space, I started a cab company just to sell more ad space. So the cab company and the whole cab business that I owned, its sole purpose for me to make money was to sell ads. And that's pretty much the way Microsoft saw Mixer. And when Mixer wasn't growing, instead of trying to sell ads to 40 million people or to a company where they'll only be seen by 40 million people, they decided to give to Facebook or sell it or partner up with them, who has 2 billion eyes on what they do. So that was a marketing decision. And again, I completely understand that because I did the same exact thing.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And one of the reasons, everybody's like, well, why didn't it go with Google? So the next big push Microsoft is doing is their xCloud product, which is cloud gaming.
Correct.
And Google, which owns YouTube, has Stadia. So the reason Microsoft went with Facebook is because YouTube is a competition.
I was gonna say they didn't want to buddy up with someone who's gonna be in their space. They wanted someone who could give them more eyes on their space, it sounds like.
Yep,
Yeah, that's
exactly.
a direct conflict of interest right there. So
Yep. Yep. And yeah, so that's all that was. So marketing business, the irony, everything about life revolves around marketing. The reason you know that breakfast is the most important meal of the day is because dairy companies were trying to push more milk. The reason that you know that 3 meals a day is something you should be doing is because the farmers were trying to create a way to sell more vegetables. Like, it's all based on marketing, and most of what we do in life is based on marketing, which is funny because that's how we kind of create our everyday life. So Mixer was a marketing decision. And then if you bring that over into what we do as streamers, and if we push out what we do as marketing, we can push our ideas out of whatever it is we want to do. And that's really what got my attention to become a streamer or content creator is there's a lot of people in the world who need, like GoPalm, who talks about what's the best word? Mental awareness.
Let's say mental health awareness.
Mental
like
health
breaking that
awareness.
stigma. Like that's you got to have a niche. You got to have something you're passionate about. And I think, not just to interject here a little bit, like when you talk about sales, you're like, I can sell a product, turning that no into a yes. And I feel it becomes very hard. It wears on you if it's something you don't truly believe in. Whereas if it's something like, I think everyone should know about this because it's made such a difference in my life that I want to help make people aware. And if they don't want to, that's fine. That's fine. And just accepting that no. But like that's what gets me excited. That's what makes me passionate about. And I think for you, at least I feel what I'm kind of hearing is you weren't as passionate about it, whereas like you like selling ideas and things that are passionate to you.
Right. And I don't mind selling stuff because that's part of the
Oh,
challenge, is part of the fun. But more than anything, I wanted to sell it on information. Like, if you're gonna buy something from me, I want it to suit you. Not because I'm trying to sell you product, but because I want the ideas behind the product to suit you, and that's what I think is going to sell you. But at the end of the day, I'm still selling product.
oh yeah.
right.
So yeah, so like what you do, GoPalm, with your mental health awareness, you know, you have an audience that you can speak to from personal experience, and you're going to reach people around the world that you're never going to meet on the one-on-one.
Absolutely. That's one of the things
Yeah.
I've really loved from streaming that I consider kind of a collateral damage, if you will, or a side effect that I didn't realize. Like, streaming gets you out there. So, like, I know a handful of people from the UK. I've met people from
Heck yeah.
Australia.
Canada.
You
oh,
meet
man.
people from all
South
over the world,
Africa.
and it's amazing. Yeah, so South
The
Africa, like,
boss.
Right? Yeah. And fortunately, through business development, I got to meet a lot of really awesome people, awesome individuals who didn't realize how much potential they had to go further in life. And through being able to manage people for the last 18 years and being able to help people develop, I was able to get people who were in a job, or what they felt was a dead end job, develop, do better, and either move up in the company or move on to something else,
That's
knowing
awesome.
that there was a bigger world than what they believed. And at the time, after 17 years of that, I wanted to expand and have a bigger reach. That was one of my motivations. The other motivation was being able to be a stay-at-home dad, because I'm a single full-time parent. So I would take my kids to school, I'd come home, I'd be with them. But then I'd have to leave work to go to, awards things, field trips, to volunteer in school. And I was having to take time away from work to do these things. So I'd rather be on my own time. So I'm not taking that time away from it. It's just part of my everyday life. So altogether, those are my motivations that brought me into streaming. I love it. Content creation as a whole, I think, is phenomenal. I hope to reach people with my humor and keep them with my mental hugs.
Fair enough. Go, Palm, you still there, bud?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay,
I finally
no problem.
found them. I finally found. I'm half listening, and I finally found what it was, and I finally got it stopped. But we're
Nice.
gonna keep
What?
going with this because it works. I don't want to tempt it. If you're wondering what it was
I
the
am.
device connect sound. I went into direct sounds and what was defaultly set under settings, like through start settings sound, and I found device connect, and I just turned it to none because
Oh my
I don't
goodness.
know what device is having issues, but everything's working fine. So it's something with Windows.
That's
Let me see if I can
crazy.
backtrack it to another one. Yo,
What's up,
Aspect,
Drip? How
welcome.
you doing, Day Day? Good to see you both in here.
State of Attorney Lee, Aspect. Yeah, we're finally back. I know you can't see me. I'm waving right now with Larry here, but oh no, because I
So,
think that was something. Oh, go ahead.
no. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I think that was something that you had said, boss. Like if you're looking into streaming for just like the sake of streaming and having that as your business, like you're going to fail. You need to look beyond streaming. And I thought you were the one who had said this. It feels like it's something you would say, but
So
you're the one who got me thinking about like taking like building a brand and like you're not just a streamer. You're this face or an entertainer or like this represents you, but you're on these different venues or channels and using that to push your brand, but show different sides of it. Correct me if
correct.
I'm wrong, but I believe, yeah.
So yeah, and it's, in my opinion at least, it's about pushing a bigger idea than just streaming. It's not just video games, that's part of it. But if you talk to any streamer that's had any relative success, um, they'll tell you about the connections that made streaming worth it. The connections with people, the people that they bonded with or helped out with or got help from at some point, whether it was uh, through the comfort of the friendship or, to help them with their whatever issues. A lot of streamers are streamers because they are introverted and want to improve on that,
Yes.
is what I've noticed. And
True
streaming really
story.
helps you because you're practicing just talking to people that you normally wouldn't, and so I think that's really great. So I think for a lot of streamers, we help people as much as we get help from them, um, living, I should say. But yes, everything you said, yeah, absolutely. It's if you're doing this as a business with the end game being making money, it's going to be very difficult because you're not pushing ideas out there that are beneficial. Um, and we see that sometimes. We've seen the clips of people getting mad because they're not getting subs or not getting donos, and their end game is getting subs and getting donos. And unfortunately, we see those channels. Um, Sometimes they're not doing so well, but because they're not providing that value to their viewer, where they're like, "Hey, this person's nice. Hey, I can relate to this person," and they're like, "Oh, that person just wants the money, and that's why they're there." And people kind of get turned off by that.
Well, yeah, I mean it creates an atmosphere of,
Toxic
if
atmosphere.
you have to sub, you have to give money, you have to try to financially support, or you're not necessarily good enough to be in the stream, and I think that ends up being super negative.
Right.
Because a lot of people are just wanting to hang out, and I'm super appreciative for all the support I get, but I don't want to stream to the point
Yeah.
where my only focus is making money. You can grow a community and you can make some money here and there, but I feel like I feel like that puts so much pressure on
For
the streamer and
success.
on the viewers, um, to the point where it becomes something that's not natural and organic.
Right.
It's only business. And I've talked about streaming in a business sense, and I look at it from a little bit of a business sense, but if I were to only focus on that, I wouldn't stream at all, because there's no guaranteed hourly wage. There's no guaranteed, salary. It's just you're streaming and hanging out with people, and if they want to contribute, that's cool. But if not, like, you can't just focus on that, because a lot of people are in a tough spot and they can't afford all that, and they want to just hang out and they want to forget about their financial stresses or whatever else they got going on in life. And
Community is huge right now.
it
Right,
is. It
absolutely.
is.
And one of the things is this, and to be honest, so my purpose of getting to streaming is to reach people. The byproduct is going to be being able to make a living off it. So I do focus, I'm not saying I don't, I do focus a lot on the business side of it, because this is what pays my bills.
Yeah, you
But
got the experience. Yeah.
but it's not the end game, it's the byproduct, because I'm trying to do something, I'm going to make money from it, not I'm doing something to make money from it. So while we do get similar results, the end game is different. My end game, my hopes is that I can reach people who need it, either help them however they need it, hopefully give them that tidbit of advice that makes them say, man, maybe I should try doing things a little bit different. Maybe I should look at money a little bit different. Maybe I should look at life a little bit different. That's my hopes, and why I do this is that just that little tidbit of information will click for somebody,
Can go
where
a
it
long
makes them
way.
want to do something a little bit different.
See, I feel like, I don't know, because you had mentioned this before, like with Gary Vee, like similar to almost like a little bit of that ideology, and like viewing currency or money as like payment of appreciation. Like if you view money as like, instead of it just being a tool, as like use it as like so much tellings, you appreciate them this much. And
Right.
like it sounds to me like you enjoy what you do and you truly appreciate it, and you have that true attitude of gratitude that it's a byproduct. It isn't anything and everything. Like, I mean, obviously it is for you at this point, but it's not the end game. And I think it's just the mentality and having it set. And I don't know, you set a really good example and precedence of that. Of
Thank you.
course.
And something I want to talk about, especially as it stares us in the face here, is
Larry?
your logo. Because I know for me, with getting started streaming, logo was like a big
Yes.
deal, because it kind of gives you a sense of a brand, or can kind of portray an image. And for me, I had a hard time making my own art. I tried probably half a dozen different designs, and I
Dude,
just
I remember that
couldn't.
one.
I couldn't get comfortable with any of them. They all sucked, in my opinion. And I was like, if I think it sucks, everyone else is gonna think it sucks. So, and like the logo I have now, and like GoPalm, like I think we both went to the same Fiverr artist,
Yeah, we did.
and we
Huge
definitely love his
shout out to
work.
him.
But I think did you do your own logo? And how did you come
Um,
up with the concept for that? Because I love how you've got like the city skyline in the background, and it kind of gives off that whole the big boss, like you're here, you're ready to be in charge of this little area. Like I love it. Just go into that a little bit. Tell us how you got there. Did you make it? What brought up the idea for it? Give us the deets, man.
so originally, so let me talk a little bit about logo first. Whatever your representation is going to be for you as a personality, you want it to try to encompass who you are as a person. You want to try and tell a story. I know it's just an image. I know it's just a logo, but that logo has to somehow portray you, just like you said, it encompasses me. Um, Originally, somebody actually did it for me. It was a little bit different, and I actually went through, refined it, changed it up. But I like the idea they were on. And then, so the one behind me is like version 3 of it,
Thank you for the host.
and then I made it a little bit more simple. And the biggest thing that I like is, personally, and when it comes to marketing, is simplicity. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna put you guys on hold real quick. I will be right back. Sorry about this, gentlemen.
No problem. No problem. Hashtag dad life. I think a lot of us understand that. Thank you, Day Day, for the host. Thank you, Drip Aspect, for the host earlier, by the way. Appreciate you guys helping support the channel and
Absolutely.
show all of us out there. But yeah, you can tell he likes stuff that is clean and it's simple enough. Like, it's a good looking logo, but it's not, there's not too much going on. You get a good feel for it. I've always really liked this logo that he's got right now.
Same.
Because like I tried doing like a yak head with like different shapes in like 3D paint, and just
I remember that.
oh god, they were just miserable, just terrible.
Well,
and
you're doing it in 3D paint, bro. Like, let's be real here. Like, there's something to be said for
I'm
like
a cheap bastard, okay?
There's something to be said for using cheap stuff, but like learning to make it like work better. Honestly, I think I don't know if my camera's showing on your end, but I finally reconnected the PC. The sound is gone. The audio sounds like it's good. But yeah,
Not
I'm
showing
back.
up
I'm
yet, but I'm
alive.
guessing it'll show up in them.
Yeah. But either way, audio's good now. We should be set.
Cool. Glad you were able to figure that out, because that notification
Oh my
sound was
God.
just
Well, now if
incessant.
anybody has it, like, let me know. I can help you. I can help you.
All right, gentlemen. I got a question for you guys,
Ooh.
because
Sure.
we did get a little bit delayed. I need to go do something real quick. Is that okay with you guys?
Absolutely.
That
I
is because
mean,
we're going past time. We got to talk with you a little
Yeah.
bit. We might have to do a part 2 here in the
I
near
think we'll have to
future.
do
That'd
a
be great.
part 2.
Um,
I feel really bad. Things happen, but I mean,
Yeah.
hey, we worked with it. It's like anything else in life. Got to roll with the punches, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you for
Appreciate you
joining us,
guys.
bud. We love you, and have a good rest of your
Absolutely.
weekend. And we'll be in touch about doing a part 2 here, I think, in a handful of weeks. So
Oh, heck yeah.
Absolutely.
Get on for
I'd
it.
love to.
try to
I
get
love
you
you guys.
back on.
So
Be
it's always
sure
good
to
to you
check
guys.
out the Big Boss if you have not already. Twitch stream. Are you also on Facebook as well, or?
I am.
Okay, yes. So check him out on Facebook as well. I know you got one. I've seen you people lurking in the shadows. You can't fool me.
Yes.
You are freaking out, man.
Gentlemen, appreciate you. I'll
We
catch you on the
appreciate
next
you.
one.
Yes. Thank you for your
Absolutely.
time, bud. Till next time.
But
Bye.
All right, everybody. That was our friend, the Big Boss.
Oh yeah.
Always good to have a chance to chat with him and catch up a little bit. He does a lot of Fortnite streaming, Call of Duty.
And just chatting streams where he talks about
Yes.
stuff like this. Like if you have questions for streaming and like it's more on a businessy end, like he's been in the industry for heck, he said what, 2012 years? Like that's a long time. Take advantage of like the wealth of knowledge that he's willing to share. And honestly, he wants people to grow. And that's why we've always loved Big Boss.